Hey guys, SKMY 1996 here, and as you guys can basically tell by the title and the thumbnail of this video, I have an important message to this user whose name is DudeofRock18. If you guys don't know who this user is, I'll give you the link to his channel. Hey Mike, it's me. So I saw your video, and firstly, I'm glad you're back. I know that I posted you on the community tab saying, "Oh, Mike, it's been a while since your last video. You've been going through a lot lately." And he said to me something like, "Funny you should ask because I think he said he was connecting with some of his friends on Discord. Unfortunately, I don't have a Discord because I don't feel like putting up any other social media accounts. Anyway." Mike, I just want to say, firstly, I'm sorry that a lot had been going on to you, and I don't know if a lot is still going on to you. If things are still going on with you, take my advice and seek professional help from a therapist or a counselor. They help you with your problems. I don't know how they do it. I once had to get professional help from a therapist, but unfortunately, I no longer have the help from that therapist because I don't know, probably because about their schedule or something like that. I'm not sure. Anyway, I'm trying to fix the mic here. Uh, yeah, we'll leave the mic alone. Mike, I I just I'm just really sorry for what you had to go through. I know there are a lot of toxic people in this community, in person or online. People can be toxic to these days, and I can't believe they've treated you badly. A lot of people always mistreat people, regardless of their sex, religion, color of skin, where they come from, or whatever else the case might be. People are always being mistreated, and nobody likes to be mistreated. I don't think I've ever been mistreated in my life, and I hope I don't get mistreated in my life. I've been to a lot of places, and nobody has rejected me because of either my skin, race, religion, gender, or anything else like that. And also, I'm sorry that you and Ellie are now no longer together, and I'm sorry you had to give up your dog to an elderly couple in Long Island. And I heard that you moved to another borough, which is Staten Island. Now, I've been to Staten Island lots of times. Well, I've just rode their ferry from the Whitehall Street terminal to the St. George terminal. And mind you, the ferry is free, but it hasn't always been free. No, it used to cost about 50 to 75 cents. Our parents and grandparents and aunts and uncles and other family members and relatives had to pay to get on board the ferry until back in on the 4th of July 1997 they decided to make it free since it only takes you from Manhattan to Staten Island and then from Staten Island back and stuff. And our parents and grandparents, aunts, uncles, and other family members and relatives were so relieved that the ferry has now been free, and it has been free ever since. And since if you guys were born in the in the 70s, 80s, or 90s, or 2000s, your parents have been taking you on lots of trips on the ferry just from Manhattan to Staten Island and from Staten Island to back. And then those of you who may be married and have kids of your own, and if you guys live in New York City like me, um, you probably also take your kids on the ferry to and watch the view and everything. You see on lots of other boats and ships. Sometimes helicopters would fly by, and I'm sorry if I'm going to be mentioning this, but I don't. But now the helicopters are like no longer in service ever since the crash that happened about a few weeks ago before the Memorial Day break. And my thoughts and prayers go out to the victims and their families and friends and relatives and whatnot. I've actually never rode on their helicopter, but I actually rode in their helicopter when I was in Florida in the summer of 2008, and it was a really, really fun experience. Fortunately for me, I'm going to Wisconsin in 2 months. I don't know if they will allow helicopter rides or not. Unfortunately, I won't be like uploading any of their on the videos because they might put up music and it might be copyright. But we're not. But right now, we're not going to be talking about Oshkosh right now or the air show or anything else like that. We're talking about Dude of Rock 18. So once again, Mike, long story short, I'm glad you're back. Sorry. I'm glad you're back on YouTube, and I'm sorry for what you had to go through, and I'm sorry that you and Ellie are no longer together, and I'm sorry you had to give up Rico to an elderly couple in Long Island. But I'm glad that you're okay, and I'm glad that you're alive and well, and I hope you and the rest of your family are doing well during your difficult situations. I hope God helps you throughout your situations, whether if you are religious or if you're an atheist, which basically is a person who doesn't have a religion. And that's not and not having a religion is not really good to me in my opinion. And those of you who may be atheists, you may be glad to be atheists because I don't know. I'm glad that I'm no atheist because my name Saif is an Arabic name, and I'm part of the Muslim community, faith, whatever you want to say. And yeah, but you get the whole point and stuff, yeah. Once again, Mike, I'm sorry for what you had to go through, and I'm sorry that you and Ellie are once again no longer with you, and I know you had to give up your dog or you go to an elderly couple in Long Island and stuff like that. I know I've said this like 3 times and stuff, but I just wanted to restart from the beginning and stuff and such stuff, whatever, I don't know. Yeah. But I'm glad that you and your brother Chris are still there, and I hope you will continue to make more videos. And yeah, I've watched your videos ever since like during the start of my teenage years, before I had YouTube. When I saw the first when I first saw this user, I saw him doing his version of Lonely by Akon, which was uploaded back in like of somewhere in 2007 when he was like around maybe 13 or 14 or something like that. I'm not sure. But yeah. Well, for the final time, Mike, I'm glad you're still back. I mean, I'm glad you're back. I'm still sorry what you had to go through. Yeah. But all that matters is that I'm glad that you're back and I'm glad that you're still alive and well and everything. And I wish the best for for Ellie in her future, and I wish the best for Rico in his future, and I wish you and your family for the best of luck in your future, and I hope you wish the best of luck for my family in our future. Yeah. Okay, guys, so that's all I have to say for now. This is SKNY1996 signing off. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, and have a good night.